What's up, YouTube? We are quite a bit early. We are like 10 minutes early, which I know drives some people crazy. But I have to work out some bugs before we get into all the mess we're getting into. So don't feel like you have to jump in right now or whatever, because like I said, we are a few minutes early. Like 10 minutes or so early. You guys know me. Sometimes I start early, sometimes I don't. I'm trying to do this thing that Wolfie's got going on with the OBS systems and all that stuff. I may get with him on an email or something like that to try to get some things figured out when it comes to that. But just going through some different things here to try to figure some different things out real quick before we get started this evening. So don't think that we started early for the sake of getting early, and we're going to give it several minutes. We're going to give it several minutes before we actually even get started, because we want to make sure we give people time tonight, because tonight is a very special episode of Take a Hike with Jim. First of all, I would like to thank, and you're getting ready to see it here in just a second when I turn, I'd like to thank Mr. Jason Carter for his awesome donation of what we hope one day will be our future sponsor, an Element drink mix, and I'll show that here in just a minute. We want to thank Mr. Jason Carter for that. Thank you so much for everything. We appreciate it. It means a lot to us. It helps us out, and it goes a long way, right? We got a lot of things to cover. So usually on Friday nights, we read your posts from throughout the week, and we read them live for those of you that are new to the channel, and we discuss it and have common communication. Chat is always open. Feel free to jump in and chat at any point in time that you would wish to do so. You're more than welcome to do so. Love it when people chat. And if you're new here and you're brand new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you like the videos and stuff like that, and if you like what we're doing tonight. But tonight, because of Tuesday, we put out there, hey, how about we break down all of our gear over here on the table, and we go through what we're taking on the Appalachian Trail with us. We're minus a few things, and there might be one or two changes, small, minute changes. But for the most part, what I have on the table, a lot of it, 99.8% of this is going. And after I laid it all out, there is a lot more stuff here than what I realized. So for it to be at like still 16 and a half pounds, right at baseline 17 now at this point before food and water, I'm kind of happy with that. But I'd still like to get it a few pounds lighter, or at least a pound or so lighter if I could. And we got some ways tonight where we'll talk about how that's going to happen. Plus, we're taking your recommendations into consideration as well. I almost forgot. Did I? What did I do with it? I don't know what I've done with it. And like I said, there's plus or minus a few things that was here that's not here now. That we're just going to have to kind of deal with and roll with and go from there. So without that being further said and do, we're going to go ahead and kind of get started tonight. And like I said, one of the first things I'm going to go over is my headlamp. And the reason why is I want to light this bad boy up over here, so when I turn the camera, you can see everything that's going on over at the table. So I wanted to go through my headlamp real fast. This is my Nightcore NU33. It has a band and everything. The only thing I don't like about it is the band, but it is easily adjustable. This thing's super efficient. It has very, very good light. It's not the lightest weight as far as that goes, and that's because of the band. But I do like this thing and how it lights up tonight. My boyfriend just stopped our murder mystery because you're live. Tell my boyfriend Brock Rob hi for you. Hey, Brock, what's up? Watch the murder mystery because I went live. I done interrupted date night. Oh my Lord. But you know what? Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come visit the channel. So anyway, we're going to turn this, try to get this on so I get a little bit more light over here, because it is rather, even with my regular light, it's kind of dark. So that's why I wanted to go through with the headlamp, and so I can try to get some more light over here and everything. So here we go. Let me get this situated, and we are off to the races, right? We are off to the races. Boom, boom. So anyway, me wait and see on TV what this is going to look like when it comes up, and we are going to go from there. Now, this is a lot of stuff. There is a butt ton of things. Hello, my backpacking journey on here. And this is different things that we have went through and gone for. And like I said, the lighting is absolutely horrific. But I'm doing what I can. Matter of fact, I may just go ahead and turn that off. Just throw it over here, and we'll just roll with the punches, right? And we'll just roll with the punches. But we're going. Farm Girl says she's looking forward to it, so let's get rocking and rolling. First and foremost, like I said, I want to thank Mr. Jason Carter for the Element Drink Mix. Check how he hooked us up right over here with the Element Drink Mix. Quackers, which we'll get to in just a second, is all quacked up about it. We'll get to Quackers here in a minute. But the Element Drink Mix, Jason hooked us up because he was an insider. He got us some orange, some citrus, some raspberry, and some watermelon salts. And we're going to be, let's see the stuff. Hey, AT. So we're not taking all of this with us, but I did want to say thank you to Jason Carter so much for hooking us up with the Element Drink Mix. It has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 2 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium, all the things you need for your through hike and trail hike. None of the junk, none of the artificial stuff. This is what you want. This is what you need. You want to stay hydrated. You want to stay great on trail. You don't want to leave trail because of dehydration and thirst. Element is your thing. Now, we ain't sponsored by Element yet, but if y'all wanted to tag Element in that, you can. But we want to thank Jason Carter so much for this. And I'm just going to set this out of the way because not all of that's going with us, but some of it will be, right? So we'll set it over here. The cat will probably end up playing with it, right? So I want to go through, start going through the stuff. So first up, I'm going to go through, and I'm going to be moving some stuff around as we go. A lot of stuff just be staying on the table. The polls that made the cut were the Lexi, L-E-K-I, Lexi, I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm just a good old boy from West by God, right? Trekking poles, they're super lightweight, they've been efficient. They are still not my favorite trekking poles. My favorite trekking poles are the Ozark Trail cheapos from Walmart. They are my absolute favorite. But I decided to take these. If you notice up top, we're putting some duct tape and stuff up there on each of these. So we'll have a little bit of duct tape with us and different things like that for out on trail versus carrying a big old roll. We just put a little bit right there on the edge of the pole, right? On the edge of the pole. So obviously, one of my big threes that changed, right? One of my big threes that changed was the pack. My pack changed big time. And we went from the Osprey Atmos LT50 to the Exos 58, and it's a little bit bigger, fits the hip a little bit better, sits on the hip bones. And guess you guys were both watching now. Thank you. Appreciate that. So it fits a little bit better. It still looks like that I am like a sardine trying to fit in a sausage can, but it's okay. I'm losing weight. We're doing great. It's fine. Osprey has got me. Hey, there's still something in here. Osprey's got me. Osprey's got me the stuff coming. What in the world is in this thing? Osprey's got me the stuff coming for the overall make it expansion pack, make it bigger type of deal, right? So real happy about that. I just grabbed some stuff you can grab, or we'll go through that stuff in just a minute, right? Anyway, so we switched this because it's 2.5, almost 3 pounds lighter, almost 2.5 pounds lighter than my other pack. I like the way this carries. I've done a video, getting ready to drop a gear video. We've just been getting ready for this winter storm this week, so I haven't had a chance to really get a lot of videos out there. I do apologize to all of my subscribers because I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and all that y'all do. Without y'all, this channel is not possible. Without some of you, this hike would not have happened, because you've been able to financially donate, you've been able to help me buy some gear, you've been able to support the channel, you've been morale boost, the good advice. I just can't offer to come hike with me. You have no idea what my subscribers mean to me. So that's the Exos 58 Osprey, right? And I love it. Attached to him on the side, first of all, is going to be my Ozark Trail water bottle holder. Now, this thing, I'm going to make a little hook thing on the back of it here because I don't like the side hooks and the way it sits. But it also has a phone holder on it. And I'm trying to get this in camera, but where I'm not looking at the camera straight away. My iPhone does fit it really, really nicely. We're going to try to put like a hook thing back here or something. We're a little bit crafty, so we can do that. What I like about it is, check this out. Versus the mesh from the chicken people that you can get from Garage Gear, which nothing wrong with Garage Gear. Check this out. Boom. The Mego, it almost takes the entire Mego. And then this swallows it up. You just pull that and it swallows it and holds it and all that good stuff. So in saying that, I really like that. Now, we'll get to the Migos in just a second, but this will be attached to the pack on one of my arms, right? And that's so that I can carry a water bottle. I've ordered a cap to the top, and we're gonna put a straw thing down through it, kind of like Wolfie did. I'm stealing that idea and design from Wolfie. That way I can drink and hydrate more water. Just the cap is not here yet, right? I think it's supposed to be here by Tuesday, but then again, everybody's getting a daggone snowstorm and ice storm. So you know what? Who the heck really knows, right? Who the heck knows what we are and are not getting? So we'll by Tuesday. So we'll see. The next thing up, I wanted to talk a little bit about quackers, right? I wanted to talk a little bit about quackers. And everybody goes, well, quackers ain't necessarily a very important part of gear. This might be one of the most important pieces of gear that I have, because my daughter crocheted that for me. And it's got a little hook piece right here, and he's going to hang off the other side. It's everywhere I go. Quackers is going to go. And the reason being, my nickname, and nobody tell the Lady L, the lovely Lady L, because she'll never let me live it down. But my nickname used to be Ducky, right? Because I walk like a duck. And my ex-girlfriend, her sister used to throw breadcrumbs at my feet. So if we're, what's up, Tyler Trail? So yeah, so my daughter, because I've been called Ducky my whole life, she made me quackers to take with me. So I'm like, quackers is going regardless. I don't care what I got to get rid of. Quackers is going. Quackers is lightweight. Quackers is going to be my buddy when I'm walking alone, hiking alone. And yeah, so quackers is definitely going. We're going to put quackers over here on the table for now. So we're going to work our way over to our other big three here in just a second. So we'll get from there. So as you folks know, I got 2 Migo bottles. I am not taking both. I wanted to have them both on here to show you. I will be taking my green Migo bottle. I will be taking my green Migo bottle with me for my drinking water. And I will have a collapsible, I didn't have a chance to run out to the store today and get one, smart bottle, smart water bottle that I can like leave this empty, keep in my pack, or the other water bottle, whatever. So I'm only going to carry one of my Migos versus 2. And I'm fine with that. At first, I kind of struggled. Jason Carter, hey, everybody, hope everyone's ready for the snow apocalypse. Well, kill Jason. We ain't supposed to get that much. We're supposed to get like maybe 7-8 inches. So, according to National Weather Service. Now, all around us, bam, we're getting slammed, baby. But Jason, where you just joined in, you missed it. I gave you credit and said thank you so much for the Element Drink Mix, and I appreciate you. And I showed everybody what you sent me, and I highly do appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. But I struggle with, do I take one, do I take 2? I'm only going to take the one, right? I'm only going to take the one, and then I'm going to take a regular water bottle that's empty or whatever, smart bottle that's going to be kind of lightweight and stowed away and do whatever. Because to me, that's just going to work so much better than carrying 2 Migos. And I'm going to be able to shed just a few little ounces, not much, but a little bit. And that's going to make a little bit of difference for me. Not a lot, but a little bit of difference, right? The other thing that you folks haven't seen yet was I picked this up in Fayetteville, West Virginia. Hey, Pam Salisbury 7601, what's up? Welcome to the channel of YouTube. We're going through all of our AT gear right here, so feel free to jump in and talk with everybody else too, man. It's going to be a great night. I got this at Waterstone over in Fayetteville, West Virginia. Now, they're like a rock climbing, hiking, rafting, bike riding, that type of gear store. And this is just a simple, it's like a little towel and different things like this. So you can either fold it, hang it off your pack, do different things. This thing dries really quickly. I've field tested, I've used it. So this, I will be bringing this because like if I were to go swimming or something, I have this. I could dry off, hang it on my pack. If I need to wipe stuff down in my tent, I have this. I could dry it off, hang it on my pack. Whatever the case may be, this little towel is going to be very, very good. And then I'm also going to have a bandana tied to the side. I do have the bandana, but I absolutely for the life of me couldn't find that dang all thing tonight. But the bandana is going to be tied over to the arm, to or the back, so I can bring it around and wipe my face and everything. So Snow Apocalypse will make a great shakedown video. Not tonight, but maybe tomorrow night I might be camping out because it's only supposed to be 16 degrees. My gear done great up to 12 degrees the other night. So we might be camping out again at the 16 degree mark and going from there, a fashion show. Yeah, we're getting there, fashion show. Now, these right here is what I have been using. These are not what I'm taking with me, but these are gloves, because I want to show you I am going to be taking gloves with me, right? I am going to be taking gloves with me. Could be ice. Try those ice spikes. Yeah. This is going to be going with me, right? In saying that, and not these, but a pair of gloves. I just wanted to show you, that I have gloves, but the other gloves I'm going to get are OP gloves. They're like a winter glove type of thing. And I actually thought about, as light as these are, taking these too, so I'd have a decent pair of work gloves. But I think I talked myself out of it to save a few ounces, just like the water bottle, right? So that's going to be that. We'll go through it. As we go through, we're just moving right along, right? We have our poop kit. Now, I don't know why, out of everything you see here on gear, the thing I'm proud about the most, the thing I'm happy about the most, the thing that I was overjoyed about and is still my prized possession is my by God poop shovel, right? I don't know why, but my Deuce poop shovel is my prized possession. Like, if I can't find this thing in my pack, or if I can't find it around the house or whatever, I go ape poop crazy, right? The poop shovel, for whatever reason, is my favorite piece of equipment. I don't know why, it just is. So, little roll of toilet paper, just a little bit there. Uh-oh, and there that went. Let me grab that. Just a little roll of toilet paper, a little bit of extra squeeze there, but probably won't be a lot of that. But taking that because we are actually taking a bidet. But I got to know that I'm clean. This was for the when we went to the shakedown hike. So I'll probably take a little bit of the rehydrated wet ones because I like to know that I'm clean. You know what I mean? If you know, you know, just like Wolfie said. But we take these little bottle type things. They fit down in a bottle for cleaning and different things. So what we've done is we've got a collapsible bottle in there as well. And that with our shovel is our poop kit, right? That is our poop kit. Boom, 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 throwing everything down as we go, some of the stuff. So our water gathering system, this thing disappointed me, and I just rinsed it out again tonight. That's why it still looks wet. This is not from the shakedown being wet. That's a little bit weird, Jim, to be sure. I know, it's weird. It's weird. Let me get a sip of my tea here. It's really weird. I can't explain it. It's just I was so excited about the damn poop shovel. I guess when shit hits the fan. Oh, sorry. Anyhow, so we got the. I was really disappointed in the CNOC outdoor bag that I have here. I'm still taking it, still using it. I do think that in some situations it's going to be very efficient for me to use and gather water and different things. But I just really wasn't happy with it when I was on my shakedown. It did not work well. I guess if you're like at a waterfall or something trickling where you hold it under, it's a lot better. But to kind of get water out of the river type of deal, it was a little bit of a pain because I just couldn't get it as full as I needed to for the Migo. It ended up working out, but still yet I wasn't too happy with it. Still gonna take it. Now this is the one piece of equipment that everybody says is the first piece of equipment usually gets ditched, is the plunger, because there's a lot of them in the hiker boxes and just about every hostel you come across. So I don't know that I'll even start out with this. It's in my bag. I had it for shakedown for whatever reason, but I just did. But it goes with my Sawyer squeeze, of course, my Sawyer squeeze. I got some extra O-rings to take with me with this as well, because those are notorious for coming out. And this thing's supposed to be like really, really good for whatever. I've never had a problem out of mine. I've used this in the New River, Greenbrier River, Canal River, Plum Orchard Lake, Thurman, countless water streams. I've used this in a lot of places and been absolutely fine. So if you know about the canal water system and the Canal River, trust me, you know. So that worked out pretty good. I was going to switch to a smaller one of these. This is for my air mattress pump. But the reason it is extremely loud. Let's see if I can get it to do the thing. But it does have a night light on it for kind of like the tent type of thing. But it is, like I said, ditch the plunger. They're in every hiker box. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I'll take that. I really don't, because they're in every hiker box or every hostel is what I've been told. But this thing here, it's a little bit loud. I do have the blow-up sack for my air mattress, which we'll get to. My air pillow, I don't really care. the type of thing, you know, just blow up my air pillow. And they're like, well, you got to watch out for black mold. No, you don't. For anybody that says you get black mold in your bag and in your pillow for moisture and all this stuff, you haven't watched the videos where people cut their stuff open and after a year, 2 or 3 use, and there's no black mold. So anyway, in saying that, light clicks off, gets brighter, 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 clicks off, and then like I said, this has a blows up, and if I want it to, I could deflate, but I don't need it for the deflate, right? And it charges with my battery charger. Now, speaking of battery charger, I'm showing you the battery charger I have. This is not the one I'm taking. Jason said he's going to give me one, and plus I've ordered one off of Garage Gear. Once again, it's supposed to be here Wednesday or Thursday of next week, depending on the snow. But I just wanted to use this to simulate what it was. Now, this is the battery charger that I took on shakedown with me that failed me, that let me down, that didn't charge stuff. When I brought it home, it charged stuff just fine in the house. So the other night it was 12 degrees, took it back outside, tried to plug it up, and it done the same thing. It did not want to charge at all. So it has something to do with the cold, even though it's not. I have sent the company an email because it's supposed to work in extreme conditions and stuff like that. But, go from there. It took me 2 minutes for my pad with the blow-up socket. Another thing to charge. Yeah, I mean, you know, I have it. I like it. If I use it, I use it. If I don't, I don't. It might be one of those things that I ditch. Yeah, he said, yeah, Jim, I have it. I'll set it aside, and I need to drop it off too. Well, we'll just meet up, man, at some point after the snowstorm passes. He's got the battery pack, and I got one on order, so this one is not going. When I originally ordered this, I thought the solar panel thing done different than what it does. It does not. And go from there. It's too cold for batteries to work. Yeah. Somebody told me that certain things work, but the charger didn't work. It just didn't work. Somebody also told me to put some of my loose clothes around it and put it in my bag and plug it up that way. I was worried about it getting hot. I don't know if it'll do that or not. I was worried about that kind of thing. And we'll get, you know, so I don't know. So this thing, and it's heavy, right? This thing is extremely heavy for what it is, but I will be taking the cable off of it anyway, and I'll be taking the carabiner. But I got another 10,000 whatever that is that's going for the batteries. AT Walk Talk said, I heard that they have 110 outlets on trees. Joking. Well, they might. You never know. You know, they're upgrading every single day. I've already showed you the night lamp, the headlamp. I'll go from there. So, 2 things. I know people are going to raise hell about this, right? There's only one reason I'm bringing these, and one reason only. I will probably never use them except one night on trail. One night. That's it. These are noise-canceling headphones. They completely put everything out. The little earbud noise cancelings do not work for me. The reason why I need the noise canceling, I do not have a problem with flash when it flashes on fireworks. I do have a problem with the noise and the bangs and the pops and the booms. I also am a soldier that understands that I fought for the freedom for everybody to enjoy and be able to celebrate the 4th of July. So in saying that, I have these for when that time comes, that if I need to throw them on, they're noise canceling. They have been tested. I've set out my yard with fireworks, and I can watch the colors. I just can't stand the booms and the pops. I'm not a danger to anybody. I just freak out. I low crawl. I hide. I get in prone position like I'm fighting. I start seeing things and flashbacks and weird stuff and stuff that didn't even really happen, a lot of it, but there is still just situation awareness, and I'm right back in Iraq day one. So that's why I got these. That's why they're coming, and as soon as I'm done with them, they're coming right back home. The rest of the time, I got a little pair of Apple earbuds that plug up the bottom of my phone. It's real light. And everything. So in the grand scheme of things, I might leave these at home and just have my wife ship them to me around the 1st of July or into June, into July, and most likely that's going to be what happens versus carrying them full time. But I will have them at one point on trail for a few miles because of the noise canceling, because PTSD and combat PTSD is a real thing. And I'm not afraid to tell you that I am a grown-ass man that will ball up in a bowl bawl and shake and cry in absolute terror and fear. And so it's just, these help me fight that. These help me fight that. You know, freedom ain't free. War changes people. Some people went and didn't have a problem. I understand that. I'm glad you came back without issues. I'm not one of them. These little bungee strap things, extremely lightweight. These are to hold my foam pad onto my pack, onto the hooks, and go from there. Yes, the Army trains in the mountains of Georgia, and they shoot in the woods. I've already kind of talked. I got some friends down there. It's kind of part of that base, and some of them part of the program. We have people that are. We've discussed that. They don't approach you. You don't approach them. They do have the M16s, and it's just different things like that. So there's situations if I go into, I'm gonna be fine, and I can like wear the earbuds for stuff like that. It's the big booms. You know what I mean? It's like the big ground shaking booms that really get me. And as long as sometimes if I know they're coming, I can be okay. And it's only in one area in Georgia, and I don't plan on being in Georgia that long. And I'll have AT with me. AT Walker Talks will be with me. AT's got my back. He's already told me, brother, I got your back. I got you 6. I got you. You're down. I got you. So when we get to that point, I'm putting my trust in him to pull me through that part of the woods if need be. Grab me by my pack and drag me if he has to. But we're going to be fine. Over the headphones are my favorite, but for earbuds, I found that the Soundcore Sport 20s have good noise canceling. And those are what I use for earbuds. I might check those out. I've checked Bose, I've checked Beats, I've checked them all. And so far, them right there, those right here from Bose, they've worked the best for me. I can't hear nothing in those things, right? Let me set this aside. I'll get to that in a minute. From what that is, right? So we got some more charging cables and stuff. We're going to take some charging cables and stuff like that with us. Because we're taking our watch with us, our iWatch, which I don't have. We're taking my iPhone with me. And that's pretty much what we're doing our videos, doing our stuff on. And like you saw, that little white thing, it has to be charged occasionally. You know, so not a whole lot, right? Not a whole lot. And because, I'm going to give a shout out, because I love watching Oopsie Daisy's hike right now. Oopsie Daisy's got an amazing hike, an amazing journey going on AT. He wears a cool hat. Jim had to have a hat as close as to Oopsie Daisy's as I could get. And that may not even be his trail name. I don't know. It's just his channel, Oopsie Daisy. I really love the hat, so I had to have me one, right? And I got a bug net here somewhere. I was having a hard time finding it earlier. That goes in this, and it goes over top of this. But this hat, man, I absolutely love this hat. And I got this, like I said, Oopsie Daisy, thank you so much. Love everything you do. Continue to walk, continue to hike, continue to do your thing, brother. You got this. Every step from here on out is one day longer than one step farther you've been on trail than you've ever been. You're going to make it to Maine. You're going to make it to Katahdin. I know you are. I wanted to carry just a regular ball cap for when I didn't want to wear that. Just an AT ball cap. It's got the mesh in the back. It's open. It's ventilation. I bought 2 or 3. I got this at Damascus at Trail Days. It was piss pouring the rain that year when I went, and I absolutely love this hat. So this hat will be one of the ones that go with me as well. So got me a backup pair of bifocals. That's right, your boy Jim rocks some bifocals. I don't want to be like the lovely Lady L and be out in the woods and not see a bear coming, right? Don't want to see, like, if the bear's coming, I want to run the other way. She posted her training video earlier. I don't know if y'all saw that. She's stretching her ankles and she's, you know, working her knees and her calves and stuff. I didn't see one video of her running, and we all know she's scared of bears. Why ain't she running to get away from the damn bears? Anyway, sorry. I gotta mess with Lady L every single video. She's become a friend, even though we've never met. And she's really become someone that we just joke back and forth. And I got a feeling it's going to make the AT a lot funner, having friends like that. Let's get into our cold gear, shall we? And thank you, AT. He says, got you. You got it. I know he's got my back. That's why I was so happy that he stepped up and was like, hey, you want me to go on the first 100 miles or so with you? It's like, cool. We done a video the other day, a phone conference, and talked on the phone. We're going to have a lot to talk about, and we got a lot of things in common and different things. It's going to be a great time. Anyway, where did the other one? Oh, here it is. There's camouflage. Couldn't see them. So these have been field tested. I like them. They're not name brand. I'm gonna let you see the name. I'm not gonna say the name. I don't want to say this out loud because I don't want YouTube to get me, right? So I'll let y'all see it. Y'all make y'all's own whatever. These were on Amazon. I got it for like $12. I field tested them. I put them on. They are super comfy. They are super warm. They compress down super small. And we are going to rock these booties, right? For only when we sleep. Only when we sleep. Some of the other sleep gear we have, because when it gets cold or whatever, we got from Enlightened Equipment men's tort pants, puffy style pants. It's like 800 whatever, it's like 800, I think, maybe 600, I don't know. Anyway, these have been field tested as well, but not on our shakedown. But before that, these things here will keep you extremely. See, AT got it. These will keep you extremely warm. I'm trying to keep from having to carry an extra blanket, or I might even have to take a pack liner at some point. No, that is not my trail name. All hail to the nah, nah. Anyway, we will get a trail name other than but that's not it. It'd be funny though, wouldn't it? What's your trail name? Sunday. Sorry. Definitely not PG. What happens when I come back to my hometown and they're like, hey, you want to go speak at the schools? Yeah, what was your trail name? Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I'll get kicked out. So, Enlightened Equipment Tort Jacket, right? This thing has been tested, tried many times over. At first, I was real cautious about it. Are those Moose MC Hammer pants? They are. And they're only for sleeping in, but they are MC Hammer pants. They are extremely light. They're lighter than your conscience. But anyway, in saying that, I was really worried about the material of my puffy. But it's worked out, right? It's worked out. And this thing's extremely warm. I've had to sleep in it on my shakedown and a couple other things I've done as far as field tested. I love this thing. I will not be hiking in it a whole lot. We're not supposed to hike in our puffies, apparently. If it gets real cold and I need to walk in my puffy jacket, I will, but not my MC Hammer pants. And go from there. Put a piece of tape, electrical tape over the name of that logo. It'll be all right. My absolute favorite, other than my poop shovel, I told you, my absolute favorite piece of gear is my Sky Goat hoodie. Everybody knows this. Sky Goat is my absolute favorite. I know there's other brands and people have gotten other brands and everything, but I'm here to tell you, Sky Goat is just phenomenal. This thing is super warm. The other night it was 12 degrees. I had my base layer shirt on, which you'll see in a minute. My base layer pants on, which you'll see in a minute, which is actually leggings. And I had this thing on. That's all I had. And I was in my sleeping bag. And I'm here to tell you, I had to keep taking it off and putting it on because I was sweating in 12-degree weather. This thing is absolutely amazing. I love this thing. I can walk out in the yard when it's cold with this on, with my base layers on, with this long shirt, even that underneath it. Sky Goat hoodies. I'm telling you, they are phenomenal. Now, I am not associated, sponsored, or anything like that with them. There is a person out there called Hiking Dancer, aka the Roadrunner. Pretty sure she is. Tasha, New Hampshire. Pretty sure she is. And then, let's see, which is New Hampshire, Taylor. And I said Tasha. Taylor from New Hampshire. I'm pretty sure she is. Hiking Nancy Roadrunner. She is. Molly Rose goes out. Molly Rose. Pretty sure she is. If you watched her videos and you find the one, especially from the Roadrunner, from Hiking Dancer, I think she has a discount code that you save a little bit. Don't quote me. I think. It may not be gospel. It may not be true. It may not be a discount, but I think that there is. But Sky Goat, check them out. Now, we switched out our rain gear, right? We switched out our rain gear, and we'll get to the rain pants here momentarily. Because they're rain pants, but they're not rain pants, right? But we went with the Ozark Trail. We switched out. This is lighter than our Frog Togs. We haven't been able to give you an honest gear review of this piece of equipment yet, but it is coming. We'll do a little bit right here for a second on this. But this is the new Ozark Trail rain jacket. It's about $34 at Walmart or whatever. It is super lightweight. It is seam sealed. When you zip it up, it seam seals on the front. It does not have the vents underneath the underarms or whatever, but it does. It's good. It's got the comes over your face for the rain cap and go from there. I hike in my puppy. Just don't sweat in it. Yeah, I don't want to sweat my puppy at all. If I start sweating, I start shedding layers, especially winter hiking, because hypothermia is a real thing. Depends on the puppy. I've hiked in my Pagania Nano Puff a few times, no issues. Yeah. So, I mean, I just, if I start sweating, it's got to go, right? But this is the Ozark Trail. We're going to do an honest gear review of this, and I'm going to be able to show you more about it when I do that. But I am super stoked about this. I'm an Ozark Trail gear guy, right? I had one of their ponchos, and that poncho lasted me for like almost 5 years before it finally decided to crap out. So, or it would be going on the trail with me now. So like I said, I love me some Ozark Trail gear, and I don't know how y'all feel about Walmart gear, but I love it. So, little novelty item. I don't know that I know I don't necessarily need it. I want to take it with me for when I go to towns. I got me the little Appalachian Trail passport book that you get stamped in different places when you go in towns. And inside of this, I got me a chip from Waterstone Outdoors. It's good for one free coffee, right? They gave this to me for one free coffee. I can use it at any time. I am not going to use that chip for a coffee until I am done the Appalachian Trail, and I can come home. I can go to my gear store that has the coffee shop. I can go in the back corner booth. I can smack the coin down and be like, I want my free coffee. And I'm going to get my coffee that way. So I got that little coin. I keep it in here so I don't lose it, right? But it's just a little lightweight wooden dowel thing. Surprising how just a good warm base layer shirt and Columbia rain jacket. I stay pretty warm since the jacket is wind blocking as well. Yeah, and that thing there looks like it's going to be a good wind blocker as well. So we'll go from there, right? We got us a little sewing kit. I know you can take floss and a needle, whatever, but I got a little sewing kit and got some different things in here, different needles, little pair of scissors, different stuff like that. So that's going to really help out. And also some scissors kind of help us out on the first aid kit and stuff too for when it comes to the tape we need for our foot and our feet and different stuff like that. And we're going to get there in just a second. So we got us a little first aid. We got us a little sewing kit there, a little cheap. So this is my buddy. My wife bought this for me last year. We was coming back from Damascus. We stopped in Virginia somewhere there to get gas. Hey, what's up, Hike with Mike? We stopped there to get gas, and she bought me, it had a little Harley Davidson one. It's a little knife and a plastic thing, has 550 cord, goes around your neck. The sheet comes out, it's very small. It is extremely sharp. It has been field tested. I've put it through the ringer. I've put it through the works. It's a fantastic little knife. My wife bought it for me. It's got a beer opener on there. It's got some different things you can do with it, but it's just a simple piece of security for me since I'm not carrying or packing. Go from here. Jay says, I can't sew. I can sew enough to get me out of trouble with that. Now, when it comes to craft stuff, yeah, I like, that's a different story, different time. I can sew a little bit. That thing there will get me out of trouble in a tight spot, and with a little bit of dental floss, even more of a tight spot. But, so this knife, I'm really happy. I'm really, like, this is the one thing, like, yeah, so this is going to come in handy. Really handy for me. Here's the one thing, and if you know, you know, the urinal bottle, right? The urinal bottle. So, I know they make collapsible urinal bottles and all that stuff too. And different things, you know, so I got this one from Walmart. It's real cheap, whatever. Especially when it's cold and stuff. You don't want to get in and out your tent. And at my age, I am up and down all night freaking long. It seems like some nights. So if you know, you know. You can use this in the tent in the morning, go take somewhere and dump that thing out. And then when you get to a hostel or get somewhere, you can put you some soap in there and rinse it out and stuff like that and go from there. And just hope that the top don't pop and spill anything, right? But it sits right outside of my vestibule of my tent, so it don't even necessarily come into my tent unless I got to go, right? and don't go back in my pack with any fluids in it. Right now it's got a little bit of soap in there from where I was out on my shakedown. I got to get that. So let's get into our regular clothing, shall we? We went through our winter, we went through our cold stuff. Let's go through our regular, what we're going to be taking as far as regular clothing. Minus one item that I thought I had in here before I started. I do not, but we'll talk about that in a moment, right? So I'm taking one pair of shorts. If you want to cut down room in the pack and lightness, get some quart gallon zip bags for paying. I thought about that. I'm not the most savviest of guys, so I'm afraid that I'll either spill it or, the bag or different things like that. I've actually thought about that. But I think I'm just going to stick with the urinal. I feel safer with that. But I did think about the Ziploc baggie thing. And I even thought about just disposable Gatorade bottles or water bottles along the way too. But anyway, so we're taking one pair of shorts. These are polyester nylon. They are very lightweight. They need washed. They was in there on my shelf where all my gear's at, and it was extremely dusty in there, so I'll have to wash these tonight or next couple days or whatever. But once again, these were at Walmart. They was real cheap over the summer, and these are just super nice. Field tested, used them, love them. You can swim in them, you can hike in them, you can do whatever in them and go from there. Now we talked about the rain jacket, right? I'm only bringing one pair of long, like pants type of thing with me. I love these things. They do have a little bit of weight for them as far as pack weight, but they are water resistant. They are extremely comfortable. They got a lot of pockets. I hike in these all the time. I got two pair. I hike in them all the time. These are the Ozark Trail hiking pants. The outside of these get wet and stuff. They don't necessarily absorb. It takes a ass ton, of water for it to really start soaking through because of the material and different stuff on the inside as well. I have a buddy that wears them whitewater rafting, has a guide, and he's absolutely fine. They got things that go around the bottom and stuff like that. So as long as you keep the pockets sealed and everything, you're going to be good. You might get a little damp here or there, but for the most part, you're going to be fine. I love these pants. So these pants are going to be going with me no matter what, because I just I love them. They're comfortable. They're field tested. I'm not going to be wearing them all the time in the spring and in summer. I'll be wearing them more, as we go into this winter and we first get starting out through March. And then like me and AT was talking, I might be down on my shorts and my leggings by even start with it being 30-some degrees. I mean, for crying out loud, Wolfie was out there the other night and he was freaking in a t-shirt, sweating. So I'm real big about sun protection and being a burn victim of a fire and all that stuff from before. So this thing's been battle tested, tried and true. I love this thing. Wear it fishing, wear it hiking, wear it in the rain, wear it whenever. This is just like a sun hoodie type of deal. And it's from Real Tech. I had gotten it at Walmart. It's got thumb holes. This is what I'm usually wearing underneath my Sky Goat, and I have to take my Sky Goat off because it's just so warm, right? With my Sky Goat. But in the summer when you're out fishing different things and you're worried about the UV rays, this thing works great. Plus, with longer sleeves, pants, different stuff in high weeded areas, different things, less chance of ticks. Of course, everything's got to be treated. And what is it, permethylene or whatever the heck it is? I got to treat everything you see in that before we go. But I really love the sun hoodie that I have. We're gonna get to that stuff in the back. So let's get with my layer system. As far as my body goes, this is extra. I'll show you that in just a second. This is what I'm using for base layers. I mainly sleep in this. I don't necessarily hike in it. I hiked in it for the first few miles on my shakedown, and then was able to stop and switch out of it because nobody was on trail watching or looking. I was able to change. But this is actual base layer material, base layer stuff. I want to say this is Reebok. It was bought at Walmart, and it literally says base layer on the package. It's like a this is very good for when it gets cold and different things. I like on my shakedown when I got to my tent. Got inside the tent, the Gashmere too, and was able to take all of the stuff I hiked in off, put this on, and put the leggings on. has a dry base layer. It was phenomenal. This is made out of polyester nylon, so no cotton whatsoever in any of my gear. So what it does is it dries quickly and stuff like that. It doesn't hold a lot of moisture. It does, like, even if you do sweat, it doesn't hold a lot of moisture things. So I absolutely 100% love these as a base layer. I got about $16 in the tops and in the bottoms. If need be, I can put the sun hoodie over that longer shirt and then throw the sky goat on. Trust me, I'm going to be warm. I probably won't need my puffy. If I'm still a bit cold, I'll throw my rain jacket on. I guarantee you I'll be sweating, you know what, by the time it's said and done. So as far as that goes, I think I got that covered. Also, we're bringing, let's talk a little bit about shirts. I'm bringing 2 shirts to change in and out of. They're, once again, polyester nylon from Walmart. They're real good stuff, real good cheap. You can just kind of grab them and go. Nothing cotton. They don't hold a lot of sweat and stuff. They tend to breathe and stuff a lot better. So I have 2 of those for when I do get sweat, and it does get soaked when we hit the times when the what do they call it? It's just like nothing's going to dry no matter what anyway. I want an extra shirt to kind of change into here and there, and I may even pick up a tank top along the way somewhere for some of those times of different things. But I'm going to try not to expose as much as I can to the sun. We have a Sky Goat beanie top hoodie type thing. I love this thing. Once again, a big Sky Goat fan. I love this thing. It's like a bucket on my head, but I love it. The only thing I have found is I had to double up with something. It's not that by itself it don't keep me warm. It does. I have to have my ears covered as much as possible. I can't stand something just to be barely covered in my ears. It's either all or nothing with me. So Waterstone Outfitters in Fayetteville, West Virginia had this right here, this Adobe Outside, like a thing you can put over your head, and you do all kind of things with this thing, right? It's like a neck gaiter, put over your head, you tie it up, make a scrunchie. You can do all kind of things. Ladies, talk to me. If you know, you know, right? My wife turned me on to those things. I love them. So that goes underneath that. And then this is an old friend. This right here is definitely going with me. For when it's colder, I like putting this on, bringing it down around next to my neck. So if I need to grab it up over my nose and my mouth and stuff, I can. But meanwhile, it stays down around my Sky Goat, and it keeps all of that heat, a lot more of that heat in my Sky Goat, and not let it escape up through my neck. So I have that too. And I've hiked with it, tried, true, tested. It's phenomenal. It does its job, and I absolutely love it. So we have switched socks, okay? Now we are taking 1 pair of Appalachian Trail of these AT socks that are darn tough, and these are going to be to sleep in with my booties. I've switched socks for when I'm hiking, and I thought I had a couple pair in here. I'm currently washing them where I went through, so I did not have time to bring them out and get them. But they are a polyester spandex nylon, my new socks. They're extremely breathable. When my feet sweat, it's causing hot spots and blisters in any shoes that I'm wearing right now. So in saying that, they tremendously have cut down on the moisture in my shoes and on my foot. And so far, we're like almost 50 miles in this week and no blisters. So we also wear these underneath those nylons. This is the NG toe socks. And if I do start feeling hot spots even underneath these, I stop and I put a little piece of KT tape or whatever on my NG toe or underneath my NGs. I pull it over, and then that kind of stops that. I'm bringing 2 pair of underwear. Most people bring 1 or not even none. I'm bringing 2 pair. Once again, polyester. These are Wrangler. Pick them up at Walmart. Very cheap, very light. I'm bringing 2 pair because 1 pair to hike in, and then frontwards, backwards, inside out. But I get 4 days of them, right? And then the same thing with the other. I'm not going to actually do that, but I will do the Dixie thing. If you know, you know. And then as I'm wearing 1 pair, rinse 1 pair out, creek, wherever I can, or water, and until I can get somewhere where I go. And then if it gets to the point where I'm seeing that I'm chafing more wearing or whatever, these will be one of the next items that will go before I get there. But I wanted an extra pair just in case accidents happen, right? You get my age, once again it happens. Little pair of compression socks. This goes with these foot things I'm getting ready to get into. Compression socks for the sides and for the arches, if need be. Now this is the biggie. These are the bad boys. These are the bad boys that caused the blister originally. We recently had them worked on. We recently had them sized. I gotta go back and have them worked on yet again. The one on the right is fine. The one on the left is not. This one on the left needs to be heated, pressed back out that way. And I may be able to do it, but I'll take and let them do it, right? So I don't have to wear these all the time. But there is times that I do have to absolutely have these. So what they do is they take the pressure off my flat feet and my exposed, because I have an inverted hip socket and it messed up my foot. And that's actually the mold of what the side of my foot looks like. So anyway, what it does, it takes that off and it takes the pressure off of my ankle and the sides and puts it more up my leg into my knee, and it makes it easier as far as walking, and it takes the pressure off and deals with that post-pilatus deformity thing. So I do need these. If it gets to the point where I don't need them, because there has been a time in my life where I didn't have to have them at all. They will get sent home. But those are one of the things that I need to have. I'm up in the air whether I'm going to actually take this or not. This is probably be a no-go. This is a knee brace. I tend to have a little bit of issues here and there. I'd rather have something and not need it and not have it. But I don't want to pack my fears either, and it is a few ounces. And I feel like that if need be, I could grab one on trail at a Walmart or a Walgreens or whatever, and then when I'm done with it, discard it too. So it may not be going with me. I don't know. This little package of stuff here is hardware for them plastic things I just showed you in case they break. I can fix those, right? I can fix them on trail. We don't have nothing to worry about. So if you're just tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit the like and little bell notification. Give us a thumbs up right here on Take a Hike with Jim as we finish up and we're getting into our gear. Still getting our gear. We wanted to change our stove out, but I think it was Brock or one of y'all said, hey, you're just making excuses basically in order to justify carrying this, or this by continuing to buy lighter and lighter weight gear. So I was like, okay, I was fine. And then after talking to one of y'all, I figured out that the MSR pocket rocket itself was not the problem. It was the fact of the fuel and the cold and how that works. I had no idea that's the case. So I did bring this. I am bringing the MSR pocket rocket. I was able to reuse it here at the house just to make sure, like 20 lights in a row, no issue. So I'm going to be able to take it with me and have a good time. I do still have the little valve thing in case I run across some cans or if I'm in a pinch and need to get some fuel. Maybe this will come in handy. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's just a little extra thing down in my pouch with a little couple extra grams or whatever. If I have to ditch it, I will. I'm not afraid to ditch it, even though I paid like 35 bucks for it. I'm not afraid to ditch it. Spork, it's been dependable. I like my Spork. It's been a bit of a beast to clean, but I like my Spork. We'll go from there. So we finally settled, and I think that I'm going to make Sparky happy. We're only taking the one pot. We're not taking the cup and the pot. This is going to be my coffee cup, my water pot for bowling, and all of that is going to be this. When it comes to cooking, there's not going to be a whole lot of cooking going on. Oatmeal and stuff like that, I got some ideas and some different things for that, but we're not doing a whole lot of cooking. In the words of fortune, we're going to hike to the food. We're going to hike to the food. Of course, you got your can of fuel. Now, this is a big can. Y'all can put in comments if you don't mind to help me out. I think you can get smaller cans than this one. So I'd like to get a smaller can. This is a big can. So if I can get a smaller can than this, I will. I've thought about going over to Academy Sports and seeing what they got. Because this is a huge freaking can. And this thing like weighs like a lot for what it is. and going from there. So you folks know about the bear bag or whatever, stuff like that. But once again, I think, like I said, Brock had told me, hey, you're just justifying this and this for that. So I decided to take my Bear Vault 475 with me. I could keep about 3-4 days of food in here comfortably with some other things that I need. And also it kind of acts as like a little seat for me if I need to be or whatever. But I decided, instead of spending the money, just getting the bear bag and going from there, I decided to go ahead and go with the Bear Vault. So I'm going to go rock and roll with the Bear Vault. I know that the weight don't make sense, but you know what? It is what it is. We're going to take the Bear Vault. We got our Light Equipment pillow, right? Our Light Equipment blow-up pillow. This thing tried, tested, and true. I love this. One pot is all you need. They make smaller fuel cans. See, that's what I needed to know. They make smaller fuel cans because I didn't know. Because I got that one, and I got one that's like this huge that my son got me for Christmas one year, right? So I need to go from there. I use a collapsible plastic cup. We RV camp, going to continue using it. Works great for coffee and packs down. There you go. It sounds good. And then for like cooking and heating stuff up, of course, we have my cozy. I forgot to put it up here. Let me grab my cozy. We got my cozy. We'll get there. But the Light Equipment pillow, love this thing. It tends to lose air a couple times throughout the night here and there. I've held it underwater, stuff like that. There's no bubbles, so I don't understand. But I guess it just got a slow leak somehow. I don't know. But in Light Equipment, when I bought, this is like a $30 pillow, but when I bought my quilt, they sent this with that for free as a gift. So I appreciate it. I love that pillow. And then talking about pillows, this thing is an Ozark Trail. It does not weigh much. It's an Ozark Trail pillow. I've been up in the air of whether or not I was going to... my bear canister is a good chair. Thank you, girlfriend. Have you decided if the bear canister is the top of the bag or the bottom? I think it's going to be in the top of the bag. I've not seen like a lot of videos as far as bottom, but I think it's going to be in the top of the bag. It's going to make it easier to get to, like for different things, for lunch and stuff like that. Or I can just, kind of keep lunch laid out on top of my bag and stuff. There's some different things we'll play around. What's your recommendation? What's y'all's recommendation? My backpacking chair and bear canister is a good chair. Yeah, so my son bought this pillow for me for Christmas. I was up in the air whether I was going to take it. It is like a really lightweight memory foam style pillow. But it don't really compress down back into his baggage that well. But I do have a small compression bag. I can put it in and compress it down to make it smaller for my bag or whatever. The other night was 12 degrees. I was out. I had my orange pillow and I had this thing. This thing was like laying on my bed. I loved this pillow. So in saying that, if I can figure out a way for this pillow to go, this pillow's going. But I don't know yet that I can figure out a way for the pillow to go. If not, I'll just use the air bag, and then I'll have one of my bags, and I'll just put my clothes and extra stuff in that and wrap it up, use it as a pillow. That was my initial game plan until my son bought this for me for Christmas. And this pillow is amazing. So we'll see. I don't know. We are up in the air whether this is going or not. It's how you say in American, don't know, 50-50, right? So here's the big change. Here is the big change. Are you ready for this? We're not taking the Neo Loft. We're starting out with the Nemo Extreme Weather Thermatensor Air Mattress. This is the one we're starting out with, and this is the reason why. I know in March, it could be a little bit warmer, could be a little bit cooler or whatever. It was 12 degrees the other night. The Neo Loft, I love it. It's comfortable. Y'all know what my original rating was of it. I'm bringing it down to a 4.5 because it was just so cold. I think that the 4.6 rating is very friendly with that mattress. It is a car backpacking pack. It weighs over a pound or whatever. So we've had a hard time getting sleep, hard time getting comfortable. I feel like we've dialed the Nemo in. We've figured it out a little bit. I think it was Brock or somebody else, or maybe AT. There was somebody on here that said you're going to fall asleep anyway. But we are going with the Nemo. Thank you. We're going with the Nemo Extreme Conditions Tensor Air Mattress. I put it down the other day when it was 12 degrees on top of my foam pad, which you'll see in a minute. And I was able to fall asleep. I was able to fall asleep pretty decently. And pretty fast. So in saying that, that will be, this is what is going with me on trail. I feel more comfortable with the Nemo as far as overall and safety and keeping warm. They tell you not to pack your fears, but as lightweight as it is and as easy packable as it is, I need to bring this. I'm going to go there. Bear bag, hang properly. The bear box is heavy. Most black bear are scared as soon as you scare them and run. I agree 110%. And I went back and forth whether or not to spend the money and get a bear bag. I've already got the bear can. My mom bought me that bear can like 2 years ago, or the bear vault. I already have it. What's the sense? Like 50, 60 bucks, I understand. I get it. And I know where we're going with it. It's, well, if you can't spend the 60 bucks, then you shouldn't be even on the trail. I call bullshit. Because, excuse my language, because, you know, I already have it. I mean, that thing was like over like $100 or something. It's like 2 pounds. It is extra weight. It does take up a lot of room. I agree with Brock. The bear bag makes more sense, but dang it, man. I just can't keep dousing money in gear. Just can't keep dousing money in gear. Fold the pad flat, put at bottom, and sleeping pad add space in the pack. Okay. And then, you know, so boom, got that. Like I said, I made my own cozy. I think it was actually Brock that turned me on to this, actually. He talked about, was it you, Brock, that was saying he had like, might have even been Chase, I can't remember, but said he had like over 40,000 pounds or something on one that they made. And I was like, holy cow. So I watched the video and made my own cozy. I like that thing. So go from there. The other thing that has we kind of get into, y'all know that with when I done my shakedown hike, I used the Goshmere, the 2, and I had issues with the stakes and different things. Oh, wrong stakes. Where's my actual good stakes? These are the wrong stakes. Tag on it. They're here somewhere. I'll find them. These are the wrong ones. Dang it, man. Anyway, this is why we do what we do, Jim. Oh, here they are. Here's the right stakes. These stakes, oh, he said I just use a pot for food stays warm. Somebody told me that they made one. Detox fan, when I'm bringing a bear vault, can't throw a bear bag to save my life. I just hate using a bear bag too, but that's not the reason why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because my mom bought that for me. You know what I mean? And I already have it. I'm tired of just spending more and more money on gear. I'm just so tired of keep spending money on gear. I finally got to the point where I'm like, if I got to get rid of stuff and drop stuff, I'll drop it. I'll thin it out. But for the most part, like, there's a lot of this stuff. Some of this stuff I've already even showed you may not even make the freaking cut. You know, but go from there. But on spikes. So Nemo comes with this nice four-sided or like three-sided spike style system. It comes with the Dragonfly. But because I had such a hard time with the other, and you folks recommended them, I went and bought me some groundhogs, right? Went and bought me some groundhogs. You folks have said that these are some good steaks to have, so I bought some of these, and I want to bring these along. I used them the other night as well. I want to bring these along too, so I brought some groundhog steaks too. So I got some extra steak stuff. There's a little bit of extra weight there, so I could probably count it out and ditch some stuff and ditch some steaks and drop a few grams and stuff there as well. The next item I got, I know absolutely I can drop weight. I'm still up in the air whether I take it or not. I know necessarily you don't need it. So I might take it. I might not. I really want to take it. But we'll see. It packs down really small once I fold it right. It's a simple, just a simple small tarp from Walmart to go underneath my tent for like a footprint, or even pull it out from my tent. So I have kind of like a nice spot for, you know, just whatever, different things. But this is still up in the air. This is a, how do you say in American, 50-50. Go from there, right? Farm Girl put, you're losing body weight. You can handle the extra weight of the Bear Vault. If you want it, take it. Speaking of which, we're almost 20 pounds down. And go from there. So let's go with tent. I took it out of its original packaging because I feel like it's just easier to stuff in this thing. I had this. It's a Sea to Summit bag. I don't remember where I picked this thing up at. I just grabbed it. It's like a dry bag. So my rain guard and my dragonfly, the one is in there. It's just stuffed in there. It's easy pull out, pull back in. You need a piece of Tyvek for a ground sheet. Yeah, I could. I've thought about that too. Well, you know, but in saying that, the tarp thing, military-wise, there's a lot more I could do with a tarp than I can a Tyvek ground sheet. I could use that tarp for so many things if I needed to. But we'll see. I don't, like I said, it's how you say an American 50-50, whether it goes with me or not. But this is my tent, my Nemo Dragonfly one-person tent. It's lightweight. It's a little bit over a pound, close to 2, I think, but it's right a little bit over a pound. It's a very nice tent. I really like this tent. It's a self-sustaining, self-setting tent. So and just go from there. I finally figured out the rain guard the other night. Figured out an easier way to do it. Of course, the poles. You got to have the poles to go with your daggone tent and go from there. And then we got a foam mattress. We are a foam pad, and I've been like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been up in the air about even taking this. This is more like, how do you say, 60-40? If this is even going to go or not. I don't know. I just really don't know if I want to take it or not. They're kind of good to set on if you need to. Extend out. They're really good to give you that little extra protection for popping your mat, I guess. And they give it a little bit of extra insulation layer, I feel like. I really do feel like that. So I don't know. What's and go from there. The tarp can act as a bowl in the rain. If it sticks out, it can. But if you stake it out and tarp it out right, it could do whatever. Then I could drape it over the top if I need to in very bad torrential rains. So I don't know that I'm taking the tarp. I'll be honest with you. I don't know that I'm absolutely taking the tarp. It's really up in the air. It's really, 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 really up in the air. So chances are probably not, to be honest. I got that thing that Lisa and Phil bought me for the Gossamer the 2. And it's like a piece of plastic type of deal that goes underneath or whatever. I've heard them are hard to fold back up, get back in. I haven't had it out of the package yet. So we're going to have to find out. But I may take that and go from there. So I don't know if... I don't know, like I said, let me know what y'all think about the foam mats. Are they good to take, not good to take? Because I feel like I'm torn in two from it. I really am. I'm torn in two with that thing. It ain't going to absorb water. So even if it's outside my pocket that's rained on, it ain't going to absorb water. So it's fine. Last but not least, this compressor is down way smaller. I just kind of got it stuffed in here just for tonight's video type of deal. This is my enlightened equipment. 10-degree quilt, right? 10-degree Revelation quilt system. The foot box is enclosed now. I've got the foot box where it's enclosed now, and I bought some extra straps for it because it's got the extra hooks on it, so it straps around my pad and it holds on. It kind of lays over me where I can button it around me if I need to get in it and everything. So far, I've only ever had to use the straps or just lay it on me and have my layers on, and it's done its job. Even when my tent failed and the moisture hit and the rain and it could have been cold in a very bad situation and been a hypothermic situation, this thing from Enlightened Equipment done its dang job to perfection. It kept me warm. It kept me dry, even though the outside of it was drenched. I love it. I absolutely love it. Foam mat is nice to set on for breaks. It will protect your pad and add a bit of R value. See, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, you know, I may take it. I don't know. I got to start downsizing a little things as far as here and there. With everything you've seen, I'm right at 17 pounds. That's where I'm at before food and water. Right at 17 pounds. Actually, just a hair over. The plastic foot guards, I need them, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I may just not take them. I need them, but I may not take them. If it gets too extreme, you know, whatever, I'm not so far away that they can't be overnighted to me or whatever. There's a lot of little things that I'm adjusting and I'm adapting, right? That I'm adjusting and I'm adapting. and making, you know, if I need it, great. If I absolutely have to have it, we take it. But we go from there. But we're trying to drop all the weight and all the things that we can. But that's my entire gear setup. That's it. That's everything. I know got some Ziploc baggies for food that goes in my bear can, and also for my toothbrush, toothpaste, little travel size is what I'm taking there. I got a little half jar of Vaseline I'm taking for feet and for different things that if I would need be. Some cold lip sore balm for when it's cold and it chaps around your lips and stuff. The closed foam pad will help more RV and will help get your Nemo pad from sliding around. So yeah, so I think that y'all's kind of talked me into taking the foam pad. So I got like I said, the little Carmax thing for the lips and lips chap, different things. We're gonna do the rehydrate it, where you got to re-put the water in it for the wipes along with our poop system. Not too concerned about deodorant, to be honest with you. It'd be nice to have like a little travel stick for when I'm at hostels and shower and I want to smell good for a couple hours or whatever. But other than that, I'm not really worried about it. So yeah, I think, to be honest with you, there's not much. I got to get a pair of winter gloves. They're supposed to be coming in, and then the one battery bank's coming in. Then plus Jason needs to go hook up, needs to go give me that other battery bank so I can do my recording of my videos and stuff. If Jason's is lighter than the one I bought, then I'm only taking Jason's. If both of them are extremely light, I'll take both of them. But Jason's is going with me before the one I even bought because Jason was nice enough to give it to me. And that's just the way I roll, right? And so it's just how it's going to be, right? So, yeah, I mean, the hostels and stuff have loaner clothes for showers and when they're doing laundry and stuff like that. So let me know. Y'all think that I have too much clothes? I mean, let me know. If y'all think there's too much clothes there, if y'all think I went overboard on the clothes. I mean, I could probably go down to like whatever, but I didn't want to pack my fears, but I still wanted to pack for warm. I wanted to pack for sun protection. And then I wanted to have, you know, something for just those days you just want to go from there. And go from there. Jason goes, you got it, dude. So I think, I appreciate that. I think we're good. I got to put all this stuff back up tonight. But anyway, so to give you an example of what, that one's going to have to, that one goes, what, oh, no, that's right. To give you an example of what the tent stakes were like that they had me using on the Gossamer the 2. Look at that thing. Very flimsy, very light, nothing to them. I did have some of my Nemo stakes that I even tried using. I'll put that over there. My Nemo stakes that I tried using, and it just was not the same. So it just was what it was. So if you're new to the channel, please, 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 by all counts, hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that bell notification. Give us a like. Give us a follow, and everything. Give us a shout. So the Take a Hike with Jim shirt and the Take a Hike with Jim mug, right? The Take a Hike with Jim shirt. We still had a great night watching you, a great date night watching you live. Appreciate that. So you can get your Take a Hike with Jim mugs for $20, your shirts for $25, and your hats for $25 or $30, depending on if it's this or embroidered. You can hit it up in the comments. Be right there. Let me know if you want one. I'll let you know how you can get one. It's enough about that. But thank you for taking me on your date night with you. I appreciate that. Sorry to bother you on your date night, but I really do appreciate it. It means a lot and everything. So we had a great live tonight. I want to give a shout out to some people, if you don't mind. Let's give a shout out to Hiking on a Prayer. Let's give a shout out to Tent Life Crisis, Frontline Mentality, Oopsie Daisy. What's that one guy's name? He goes by the Kid. I can never remember his stuff either. He's hilarious. Love him. And how about Wolfie? Let's give a shout out to Wolfie. Right? Give a shout out to him as well on the trail. And the lovely Lady L. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every time you tune in, you troublemaker. I appreciate you. She's a Hucklepuff. It's not good. Jim is a third wheel. I am a third wheel. But it is okay. I am a good third wheel. Ka-thump, ka-thump, ka-thump. But anyway, in saying that, thank you folks so much. I just wanted to give the shout outs to people I usually watch and go from there. And then as I get some other people to give shout outs to, we'll go from there. And we'll go from there. Great show, Jim. Well on your way. We'll talk soon. Talk soon, AT. So everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in. God bless each and every one of you. like I said, the Marlowe Factor is the kids' channel. That's it, Detox, the Marlowe Factor. I love that guy. Anyway, anyway, make sure that you folks hit the thumbs up, hit the bell, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you so much. I only got one more favor, only one more question. It's going to cut it off, but it's okay. You already know what I'm going to say. Take a hike, would you? Oh, and by the way, I will go in and adjust it so the video, after it uploads, I can mark it from private to public. For whatever reason, it does that. And then whoever's just coming in, you can go back and watch what you need to watch. See you next time.